Hey there, I'm Thomas Marin. Today I'm going to be talking about educating the construction workforce. Currently in the construction industry, there's a big issue of a lack of communication between design engineers and builders. They tend to look at the project from very different perspectives. Design engineers only seeing the planning phase, the initial phase of the project, and builders seeing the project through to its finish. The proposed program would have huge implications on the speed and quality in which projects are completed. Because construction is so relevant in everyone's life, it's everywhere you look anymore, it could have huge implications on society as a whole. Currently, I'm an engineering student at CSU. This has allowed me to take several design classes and given me more experience understanding how these systems are designed in real life. In addition to this, I'm currently a laborer with hydro construction. This has allowed me to see the industry from the other side. I've been able to implement these plans myself and see how laborers in the field work. The proposed solution to this problem is to give laborers a basic engineering education. This would allow field workers to more successfully implement design changes while simultaneously involving engineers in the building phase of the project. This would also allow engineers to more easily dictate the extent to which design changes should take place. Overall, though, the goal of this program is to streamline communication between design engineers and builders. First, it is necessary to understand how design changes take place in the field. Design changes generally take place due to mistakes in the design or issues that come up in the field, such as needing to reroute a pipe or change the location of holes on a prefabricated part to make it work where it needs to. When a skilled engineer is making these design changes, they're able to utilize a pretty deep understanding of the overall system, and they're able to utilize tools that make this go pretty quickly and make the design pretty effective. Laborers, however, are often forced to consult site supervision, such as superintendents and project managers. This tends to draw out the process, and the end result is often a less effective system. Basic engineering education, however, would allow laborers to have a more in-depth understanding of the systems they're implementing. This would allow them to be more able to rationalize and make design changes themselves in the field without having to consult site supervision or any other engineers. In addition to this, basic engineering education would allow them to more easily read and interpret engineering plans, and to give them a deeper understanding of why an engineer designed the system the way they did. Currently in the construction industry, there's been a move to implement a type of delegation system, the basis of which allows laborers the opportunity to take on small projects themselves. The idea of which is to utilize less on-site supervision on these small projects so they can focus more on the bigger picture project and system. This system, however, is lacking an education component, which would allow laborers to more effectively execute designs and implement these projects. The education program would be most effectively implemented if it was organized by engineering firms. This way they could dictate what kind of material is needed for each project. They would be able to cover project specifics such as certain properties of the systems and basic engineering principles such as how to read and interpret engineering drawings. Overall, the goal of this education program is to increase the communication between the two groups. So as long as engineering firms are able to communicate with laborers how and when they should be implementing these design changes, the system will work. By encouraging this communication and a mutual respect between engineers and laborers, this education program can be very effective. Implementing this program would not only save time and money, but it would allow laborers to gain a valuable education. This program would also help them to invest in the project and see it through to the finish. communication is coming up to be so relevant in society as a whole anymore, and it only makes sense that this transfers to the construction industry, and this education program would allow this to happen effectively. Thank you very much.